Welcome to RIoT Startup Spotlight, where innovation meets inspiration. In this series, we delve into the dynamic world of entrepreneurship, shining a light on the visionaries and disruptors who are shaping the future. Today, we bring you an exclusive interview with Morris Nguyen, founder and CEO of Predicate. Hi, Morris. To begin, can you tell us a little bit about your company?
Sure. Hi, Jen. Thanks for the question. So Predicate, we like to think of ourselves as a health data and implementation science company. We pioneer a platform we call OpenDX, which we're the first in the world to uniquely integrate wearable biosensors with natural language processing, or NLP, the goal of which allows us to detect early warning signs of critical illnesses like sepsis. And core to our mission is we want to be able to bring evidence-based, technology-enabled care to every patient everywhere in the world, especially those in underserved communities.
Well, amazing. Your company sounds very interesting and very needed. So can you tell us a little bit more about some of your previous experiences that influenced your role today, and just a little bit more of your background and how you got to where you are right now?
Yeah, great question, Sal. So I'll start with my background as a physician. That was my training. And as a physician, I've encountered so many complex and challenging cases, oftentimes with limited or no information. So it was difficult for us to make that differential, and we had to do our best, of course, given the information we did have and the data we did have. That combined with my experience working directly for manufacturers of technologies within the medtech space, I was able to see kind of both sides of the equation, both as a clinician on the bedside and on the industry side of how technologies were developed and all the nuances and challenges that come with it. I think the combined experience led me to create Predicate. It was founded actually initially in 2018 as a healthcare consultancy. Simply, I recognized that there were significant flaws and fragmentation in the healthcare systems around the world. And through that experience, it informed the development of the OpenDX platform, which we are 100% focused on today. But kind of that transition from clinical practice, leveraging my insights as a physician, and working directly with technology companies has really helped shape the development of our platform and been the North Star for our mission.
Morris, I didn't think that I knew that you previously were a physician. That's some cool new information for me, for sure. Yeah. So with that as like your background, really, what was the inspiration to go from, that full-time job to starting your own company?
Yeah, a leap of faith was part of it. Another part of it was, sometimes when you feel like you want to be a greater part of the solution. I personally felt that I can serve more patients by becoming a consultant, then eventually becoming the founder CEO of Predicate as a health science company or data science company. And I think a big part of it was as a physician, and I saw this as a consultant traveling the world, is the access to healthcare is clearly disproportionate, and I want to do my part. And it was challenging to do my part as a physician just in one part of the country, whereas if I wanted to serve a greater need and more patients, I felt the calling was more appropriate to start my own company, and that's how Predicate became where it is today.
Absolutely, and you describe it kind of as taking a leap of faith, which I think always starting a new company is and can be. What would you say through that process have been kind of your biggest challenges as a startup founder thus far, and how have you overcome them?
Yeah, so we think kind of like look at the postmortem of companies that don't make it, and the statistic is, many of us are familiar, 8 out of 10, sometimes 9 out of 10 startups in the medtech space don't make it. and we look at the top 3 reasons of why. It's lack of funding, it's lack of a good team surrounding that particular founder. But I think most importantly is not having a good product market fit. One of the things that it was important to me, and this is where that perspective as a clinician and working in industry, kind of to see the whole thing 360, is that we design OpenDX from the clinical engineers are out. It was something very important to me is, will the solution we're designing not only solve an unmet need, but also will it seamlessly integrate to the existing clinical workflow? If it doesn't, as an experience, both a physician and as an industry person, then those barriers to adoption are sometimes too much to overcome, and the success of the company might be stalled. So one of the things that we're doing is through our customer discovery process, we take, and this is informed a lot by our work as consultants, is we spend quite a bit of time with our end users, truly understanding and being immersed in their environment all over the world to understand where the pain points are, and then we're designing a solution specifically to address those pain points.
Morris, as you have figured out that product market fit, and shout out to talking deeply about that in the RIoT Accelerator program. But also outside of that, have you had any mentors or role models who have inspired you while you've been building this business?
Yeah, I've been fortunate enough to come across people that are just captains of industry. They're subject matter experts in their respective fields. In my space specifically, we're fortunate to have, looking at kind of Predicate's leadership team and scientific advisory board composition, the development of OpenDX is guided by 7 MDs and a PhD level AI ML scientist. That is something for our stage of development is not something you see every day. And those relationships have been forged over the years. I mean, working with colleagues, co-authoring things with them, going to conferences, and then, but ultimately, it's all of us having a shared vision. We all recognize that what we're building towards is so critical, and it meets such a critical gap in healthcare that the best and brightest have trusted me to join the team and to lead the development of this product.
Amazing. And just kind of looking at maybe people that would be interested in entering this space, or just in general, people that would be kind of aspiring entrepreneurs or future startup founders, what would you say based on this experience could be some advice that you could give to those people through your experience and lessons learned?
Yeah, I can define 7 specific lessons that I've learned that I would have, pay it forward, I guess, and share it with future generations of founders. One is embrace collaboration. Make sure you surround yourselves with those that complement your skills and knowledge. The second thing is you can't forget the problem that you're solving. Focus on that problem solving and center your business around solving that meaningful problem. And don't get distracted by the temptations of other things that are maybe a little easier or may have a bigger TAM, or the investor wants it. It's you as a founder. What's important to you? Focus on that. Be adaptable. As we all know, it's challenging to maintain a rigid course without being amenable to the changes in your market or into your specific space. So definitely be adaptable. Something I always like to do is fourthly is seek and act on feedback constantly. I will never get to a point where I don't need mentorship. I will never get to a point where I don't welcome feedback. Some are better than others. Some are more constructive than others, but always take it, because there's always some nugget of good advice in there from those people that have gone through it. So definitely seek and act on that feedback. And I wouldn't be a founder if I didn't talk about persevering through some funding challenges. It'll happen. It'll happen in waves. sometimes would be better than others. But it really tests your true grit as a founder when you're able to persevere through those funding challenges. And going back to kind of that second point of focus on problem solving is how important are you committed to that solving that problem through those funding challenges. And if it's important enough, you'll find a way. And then 6 is, I think it's, for me, especially being an AI developer, is we have to prioritize the ethical considerations of developing what we're developing. There's an ethical framework that we need to comply to. Things that are important to the Predicate brand and OpenDX brand is our transparency on our development and on patient privacy and security. All the things that we have to make sure that we do in every step of our development process. And then lastly is to be able to communicate your vision clearly. I think articulating the mission and value proposition in a way that resonates with a broader audience is key. It helps you in every single step of this journey.
Morris, I think those are some really great points for folks to consider as they're potentially going through their own startup journey. That's all the questions that we have. Thank you so very much for sharing your story with us today. And I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Bo. Thanks for your time. It was a pleasure.